Well, welcome back, Air Gunners. This is Zach from the Shooter Zone, where we are always staying on target. Well, alright, what do we have for you now? We have the Brocock Compatto Xr. Now, I know this has been out for a while, quite a while, matter of fact, but it's still an excellent rifle, especially if you are looking to break into the Brocock line, but maybe you don't have the funds maybe right now to fund a Ghost or an XR Magnum or something like that. These are still excellent rifles to get into. Great hunting rifles if you're looking for something in the backyard for small pests and things like that. Perfect for that. So let me go over a few things here about this, and we'll give it a few test shots and see how it does. Alright, so first off, 17-inch barrel. It is threaded for a moderator at the end. Has a 150cc air tube in which you could fill to 240 bar. I usually fill it right up to 200 bar. That's where I find it really starts to kind of hone in on its grouping, so to speak. From there, it comes with both one single magazine and also a single shot tray. The safety for it is right up in front here before the trigger. It does have a 11mm rail on top, so you're going to have to make sure if you have scopes and you're waiting for your rifle to come in, make sure you have 11mm mounts for that. It is side lever action, not bolt action like the Compatto before it was. This one has a actual lever on the side. Has 3 positions of power. I just keep it on full. It's not a Magnum rifle, so on some of the XR Magnums, you know, I can tune it down a little bit. But on this one with the 18 grain JSBs, you know, we're typically shooting somewhere around 830, 840 feet per second, something like that. So full power is where I keep it on all the time. You know, when I first looked at the stock, and I know people have mentioned the stock, right, that they're not necessarily huge fans of it, and I kind of was like, you know, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, when I got it, the feel of it is just incredible. It's got this little kind of divot right here for your thumb, and I like how it flares out down the bottom. It really kind of fits my hand really well. Does have a 2-stage trigger. The second stage is a little bit firm. I mean, it's a great trigger, breaks nice, but it's a little bit on the firm side. Again, this rifle has not been broken in yet. I haven't gone through all the final adjustments. I've made some initial adjustments on it, but you know, as you have a rifle, you typically will make more and more adjustments as you go along. Got a rubber butt pad. I think this butt pad goes up and down if I'm not mistaken, but I like it just where it's at, so I keep it there. The cheek riser seems to work really well in line with the scope. I did use high rings, so I suggest that too. High rings for your scope when you get it. What else from there? Fills from the end. It's got this little rotating piece a lot of you have seen before. Again, and the gauge is right at the end. A lot of people don't like it there, but you know, just be safe when you're filling it up and you're looking at the gauge, and make sure that you have your safety on and your fingers nowhere near the trigger, all those type of things. You're all adults, you know. Again, be careful. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. Again, I have it filled up to just at 200 bar. I have a little Prairie Dog set up at 40 yards. And we're just going to take some shots with it. Again, this isn't regulated. Typically you can get 15 really nice shots out of this is what I find. You can get 30 shots. If you fill it all the way up to 240 bar and you shoot it all the way down, you can get about 30 shots. But again, at 15 shots, you know, that's where I like to keep it. 200 bar, shoot your 15 shots, top it off again. 15 shots is still nice. You know, again, that's if you're, you know, really want very consistent, tight groups. Again, I consider this a hunting rifle, not a target rifle, but it puts really nice groups together. So, you know, keep that in mind. Alright, so what do I need to do now? I need to go down and turn on the camera for the target So let me do that, and then I'll be back and we'll take some shots and see how it does. All right, well, we're back. As you can see, there's gnats flying around everywhere, so trying to keep those under control with some bug spray, but it does seem to be working well. We're going to put 5 shots downrange. Also have the Athlon Rangecraft. This new chrono is great, fantastic, very accurate. Again, if you're comparing it to something else, watch my other video on that, because how you're comparing one chronograph to another makes a big difference in what the final reading will be. So you're going to want to make sure you take a look at that before you go comparing to anything and then saying there's a difference. Again, it's important to set up the two in a certain way in which you're going to get the best results. Alright, so I have the single shot tray in there, and we're going to put 5 shots downrange. We're going to check the FPS. These are, again, 18 grain. And let's see here, we're going to put some headshots on this thing. Cat's meowing in the background. I don't know if you hear it or not. Looks like he's getting comfortable though. 818 feet per second, 26.9 FPE. With the 15.9 grains, you could be up around 860. This should increase a little bit from here. 822. 826. 27 FPE. 827. 824. This will sometimes break into about right around 830. As we probably shoot a few more shots, the FPS will probably come up a little bit more. But 27 FPE, again, that's plenty to do some backyard pesting, that's for sure. You can see it's accurate enough for that. Taking headshots on pests won't be a problem. It's a windy day today too, so keep that in mind. You could probably see the foliage moving around in the background if you can. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But, you know, again, we got some pretty good gusts going on up here. But actually, this is the calmest day we've had in probably 2 weeks, so I figured I better get out and do this while I can. Alright, so we're going to shoot this a lot more, obviously, and we'll take some more videos of it and see how it's doing as we go along. But again, decent FPS with the 18s. If you need more FPS for some reason, if you feel like you need more, drop down to the 15.9s. But again, 30 or 27 FPE is respectable, right? It's doing really good. All right, that's all I have for you today. I'll put a link down below for this. Again, check it out. Again, I don't have a moderator at the end because it's pretty quiet, in case I didn't mention that. So keep that in mind. I think it makes more noise when the pellets hit the target than what the rifle does on its own. All right, until next time, shoot lots, be safe, and we will see you again soon. Take care now.